welcome back. Okay, mommy, welcome back to my channel. Time for tea, a 144. If you're new to my channel, my name is Monse, and if you're returning, like always, you're a real one. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you for being here, okay? Returning, new, whatever it might be, I appreciate you for... I appreciate you being here, okay? I was going to say I appreciate you existing. That's really what I was going to say. That's really what I wanted to say, okay? Gracias a Dios que existes. That's what I heard. I don't know. Maybe that's for somebody. Or maybe somebody's feeling like that, like... I just got like a really sad... Oh my god, I feel like crying. Oh my god. Okay. If there's anybody that feels or that is thinking like, maybe if I wasn't here, shit would be easy. Or maybe if I disappeared and never came back, they would be better. People would be better off because I'm just like a whole lot of problems and this, that, and the other. No, ain't wrong. Okay? Get those type of thoughts out of your head. Because that's not the tea. That is not the tea at all. That is not the truth. Okay? Thank you for existing. Thank you for being here. 144. Thank you for being you. I heard they say, being a chosen one is never easy, but it's worth it. So if I'm speaking to a chosen one, I know the road is tough, but it's worth it. And you know, it's crazy. Hold on, let me push this back a little bit. And it's crazy because I don't have no cards. I don't have no sage. Well, I have it here, but on what I want to touch on, I don't need it. I want to give you guys some real talk. I have spoken about my family on the channel before. Like a little bit of my mom, on my brother, on my ex-husband, or maybe I think it was on my other channel, the Cosmic Creation 144. In like my earlier videos, I did talk a lot about what I have been experiencing for like the past 7-8 months after separating and going through a spiritual awakening. And finding out that the people that you thought were like your ride or die, your right hand man, your right hand woman, your bestie of life, and this, that, and the other, is the motherfucker who's fucking putting 10 swords in your back and 10 more in your front. It's crazy. And even though at the moment I don't have like physical proof, you know, actual proof that shows that, hold on. Yeah, so I kind of want to touch around that area a little bit because I know sometimes it can be difficult to detach, let go of those people that you love so much, and finding out that they're the ones that are betraying you, doing magic on you, lying to your face, like whatever the case may be, right? Oh, sorry. Whatever the case may be. I know it could be a little disappointing, but I also know how easy it is to fall back into those same patterns with either those same people or new people. You know, but I'm feeling that somebody's you already know this, right? We already know this. We've learned our lessons. And we're moving on. we're moving on. We're moving on. We have to move on. So I kind of wanted to touch on my younger brother. So my younger brother, we've had a rocky relationship as far as I can remember. It's never been like, oh, my little brother, I take care of you, you take care of me, we look after. It's never really been like that. And in reality, since I have talked about my mom a lot, I do feel that maybe my mom has manipulated my siblings to not like me, not fuck with me, not be with me, not want to hang out with me, not want to do all those kind of things, right? Because at one point, me and my brother were like this, even up until last year, the year 2023. And at the time, my mom had like a little friend who, he would always tell me, your brother is just like your mother. Your brother is just like your mother. And I'm like, nah, he's different. He fucks with me. He gets it. He understands that what my mom's doing is not right. He feels me. He has my back. He this, he that. And finding out all the things I'm finding out right now, I'm not gonna lie, it sucks to know that there is a possibility, a really very high possibility that my brother was in on the games that my mom was playing. And I'm like, damn. Because I have thought about it. Because no matter how much, and let me tell you this. So my mom, she doesn't discriminate. And what I mean by that is that it doesn't matter if you're her blood. If she's gonna come for you, she's gonna come for you. It doesn't matter. She doesn't like that you have those shoes and she wants those shoes, but she couldn't have those shoes, so now she's gonna do spell work on you. Like that is what I mean. That she don't discriminate. She comes for whoever she comes for, and that's that. And so, it's kind of hard to think that he wasn't involved. And so now I go back to when the friend would tell me like, oh, your brother this, your brother that. And I'm like, nah, bro. I would even get mad too. I'd be like, stop talking shit. He ain't like that. And one thing that I would always think about is, I would always say, but why are they so cool? Because they're cool. But she would do shit you don't do to a kid. Okay? Shit you don't do to a kid. She would do to him. Shit you don't do to a kid, she would do to him. And yet, there he was. But then I would say, oh no, maybe he's kind of like me. You know? Because I would always say, nah, you know, that's the only mom God gave me. I got to help her. I can't leave her out in the street. She has nowhere to live. I'm going to bring her in to live with me. Oh, no, she doesn't have food. Let me send her $200 so at least she can go buy the essentials to have at her home. So she can eat. Because I don't want her starving like she's my mother. So I would think like that. Like maybe he thinks like that. Fuck. Someone's calling me, guys. I'm going to join the videos together. So, like I was saying. Sorry, guys. I had to get that call. But anyways. Yeah, so, I'm not going to lie. It is a little disappointing to kind of find out that maybe that he had a hand in, and coming up against me when you know, she's done things to him as well and whatever, you know. I'm thinking to myself, like, you wouldn't want to talk to her, right? Or you wouldn't want to be around her. Oh, no, I would say maybe he's like me. And he's like, oh, well, this is my mom. It's my mom. It's my mom. And then now that I'm here where I'm at now, I'm like, oh, wait. You're a part of it? You're a part of it? Okay. This is the thing. Sorry, my sweater is all dirty. Okay, sorry. You know what I feel like? I feel like almost like my life, the life that I have lived, has been a lie. I just heard rebirth. Which would make sense, right? Because this freaking life that I thought I had, that I thought was supposed to be my life, that I thought my siblings were my siblings, my mom was my mom, my whack-ass ex-husband was my ex-husband, my husband, my person, and, you know, and no. You know, so I'm not disappointed with the way that things are turning out to be. In reality, I'm really not. To be honest, I'm actually kind of glad that finding out that I'm really not related to them is... Okay, so I'm going to say this. So lately, I've been saying that, you know, my husband or my ex-husband doing everything he did was a blessing in disguise. Everything has been a blessing in disguise. I keep saying that. I find myself saying that a lot. Like this right now, I was just going to say that. Finding out that I'm not related to these people is a blessing in disguise. That's literally what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. It's a blessing in disguise, finding out that I'm not related to them. The same thing what happened with my punk-ass ex-husband and my whack-ass mama. That right there was also a blessing in disguise. Because she might have thought that she was taking my person and causing me in a great deal of pain, but she didn't. 333, but she didn't. She didn't cause me pain by taking him away. It was causing me pain, him being in my life. So her thinking that she can fuck around with my husband and at the end snatch him from me, and that was going to then bring me the pain, and then she can sit there and laugh about it. No. That's not, for me, that's not how that went down. So that's why I say, you know, that was a blessing in disguise. He was meant to go. Because God knew, right? God knew that he was going to, don't mind my bird's nest. My bird's nest always looked like either like this, or like this, or like this. It just be looking weird, okay? Don't judge the bird nest. God knew that he was going to betray me. God knew that he was going to chose the wrong side. Because what if it was my person, right? What if he was, maybe he is a fallen twin flame. What if he was my person and we were supposed to do the work of God together? So he was tested and I was tested. And I passed my test because my test was him being in my life. His test was her. And he didn't pass the test, apparently. So then that is when the lesson started for me. That's when the lesson started for me. I mean, I've had many lessons, right? But that specific one was mine. He was my lesson. So I learned my lesson. So when, in the moment that I learned my lesson, that's when he got snatched up, gone. And I took advantage of that moment and released him for good. So again, I passed my test. Because I feel that if I wouldn't have answered that call, because I think God has been calling me for a while. And Mommy, I can do it myself. Okay, baby. I think I was procrastinating, is that the word? You know, of doing it, of picking up that phone call. I think God has been calling me for a while. Maybe God started calling me before shit really hit the fan. You know, and God was probably like, all right, bees, you don't want to answer the phone. It's gonna only get worse. So maybe that's significant, right? Maybe somebody hasn't answered the phone, or maybe somebody's intuition has been telling them to separate from an individual, person, place, or thing, whatever that looks like for you, and you're refusing to. You're just gonna sink in deeper than what you already feel sunken right now. Does that make sense? You're just gonna, you're gonna fall in deeper. You're gonna fall in deeper than where you're at right now. You know, because I feel like that's what ended up happening to me. Because I already knew. Okay? I'm not going to lie. I already knew that it wasn't going to be there. That it isn't there and it ain't going to be there. And I think I even did a TikTok of something that said along the lines of like, haven't you ever stopped and thought about that it ain't here and it ain't never going to be here? But you just want to stick around just a little while longer. And that's basically what it is. How it was for me. I knew it wasn't going to be here and it ain't never going to be here. But because I felt that I loved him so much, yes, I want to stick around. I want to stick around just a little while longer. I can take it. I'm a tough bitch. Like, I got it. I'm good. You know, in my mind, that's what I would say. You know, not even knowing that shit, I deserve way more than what the fuck I'm getting. You know? But it's good though. I answered that call, so maybe that is for somebody here. Don't you ever feel that you don't deserve more than what you're getting at the moment, because hell the fuck yes you do. You know, don't be scared of something new happening. I actually have almost a year. It's been like 8 months now since I kicked out hell of people out of my life. And I'm not talking about just my husband and my mommy and my this. No. I kicked out hella people. I'm talking about cousins, brothers, sister, mother, father, ex-husband, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, all that shit. They all had to go. The only people I stayed with were my kids. Everybody had to go. Hasta para atrás. Everybody had to go. Nobody was allowed to stay. You know, I say it a lot. I went from having a house full of people to an empty home. And I know that that can be scary for a lot of people, you know, because there's some people who don't know how to be alone. And I was one of those people. I was one of those people that always had to be in a relationship, even if the relationship wasn't a meaningful one, wasn't a give and take, wasn't a mutual respect, even though it wasn't mutual love, even though it wasn't mutual, it just wasn't mutual. Nothing was mutual. But I always had to be in a relationship. So I was that person. I gave and gave and gave and overly gave until I said that like I was done giving. Until I got tired. But eventually I would get tired, and my cutoff game has always been very fucking strong. I think that's also why, like, I had the tendency to like warn motherfuckers not to play with my trust, cause not until I separated myself from my husband, I figured out that I had trust issues. I didn't know I had them. I didn't know I had them until I started, hold on. Yeah, like, I was always that person that needed to be in that relationship, even though that relationship, you know, wasn't an equal situation. I was there, and I would always warn people like, hey, oh, like I was saying, I knew, that's what I was talking about my trust. That I didn't realize that I had trust issues until I separated myself from my ex-husband, because I would be really harsh in a way. Like, it's for like, okay, if you break my trust, sometimes there's people that, like, depending on what they do, they'll give you that second chance. I really didn't care what you did. I never gave you that chance. And since I love to be an overthinker because of that, that's why also I never gave that second chance. You know, I would never give a second chance. So I've had the tendency to warn people sometimes, like, hey, we cool and I fuck with you and you fuck with me, whatever. Just don't fuck up the trust. You fuck up the trust, and then that's that. I will never, ever, ever, I mean that, I will never trust you again. And that's literally what happened with my ex-husband. That's what happened with my mother. That's what happened with my brother. That's what happened with a best friend that I've had for fucking 15 years. When I tell you this was the person that I trusted with my eyes closed, that's what he was. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I have no idea what's about. Yo no sé nada. You know, so. And I was, my girl was the one that was actually like, sounds like you got some trust issues. I'm like, what? Why it sound like I got trust issues? Because I want to get respect, like, because I want to be respected. Well, because you don't give motherfuckers a second chance after getting disrespected. Who would? That to me was already like a red flag from her. That to me, I was like looking at her sideways, like, what? Right? But then I thought about it, I'm like, maybe it is. I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I'm like, maybe she was right that I do have these trust issues or whatever, and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. But all I know is that when it would happen, when shit hit the fan and the trust was broken and this, that, and the other, that was that. It's very hard for me to detach and reattach. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. It's kind of like dating an ex again. Like, they're an ex for a reason, right? So if you ever find yourself with an ex and you see this person, like, I would never see an ex and be like, oh my God, how have you been? Hang out, make out, kiss a little bit, do that. Like, I don't do that. And that's one thing that I've never been able to do. Because I've seen exes. And it's like I don't even know them. And that's exactly how I feel about all these people, including my ex-husband. To me, I wouldn't spit if his eyebrows were on fire. 15-15. I wouldn't. And I'm not being mean. I just don't give a fuck. I just don't. I really don't. Because I think about it like that, right? Shit, were you giving a fuck when you were doing what you were doing to me? Hell nah. Did it matter to you that we were married and we have children? Fuck no. Did it matter to you that we were building something? No, the fuck you didn't. So, okay then. So let me go ahead and reciprocate that energy for you. The same thing goes with my brother now. You know, no matter how much at one point we got along so great, we're not the same. We're not the same. And I've taken care of him the same way with my mom. You know, the same with my mom. But again, my mom's friend would always tell me that they're exactly the same person. I don't know why you don't see that. And I'm like, no, because my brother works. And my brother's trying to feed his daughter. And my brother's trying to do this. And my brother's trying to do that. And trying to do this and that and the other, right? But no. No, he's not. It's, so my brother suffers from bipolar disorder. Okay, so sometimes it would be like, hey, my sister, blah, 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 blah. And another times it would be like, fuck that bitch. And I always found it weird that he would have that energy of fuck that bitch when my mom would come around. Because my mom has always been a wanderer. She has always been a taker. So wherever she smells money, that's where she runs to. That's where she goes. It's all about the money. Money, money, money. Yum, yum, yum. That's the guy from Toy Story. Yeah. So it's always about money. It's never, what does that T.I. song say? If it ain't about the money. Yeah, that was her. But like, it's all about the money by any means necessary. And I would say like, nah, my brother's not like that. He's working. He's taking care of his daughter, which is more than I can say about her. She never fucking took care of us or did that or did this and blah, blah, blah. And I actually found out through him of all the shit that she would run her mouth about me. Like, shit that's like, it's even weird. Like, why would you think, who thinks of shit like that? Like, I was like, what the hell? Just random and weird ass shit. And I'm like, whatever. Right? So, I'm like, but Richard's not like that. Richard doesn't talk shit about me. Richard doesn't do this, blah, 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 blah. And he told me, he said, when Richard's mask comes off and you really see him for who he is, you're gonna be disappointed. He's like, it's about time you put your feet on the fucking ground and realize who the fuck your brother is. I'm like, nah, he ain't like that. He ain't like that. He only helps her because he's like, oh, it's my mom. And she ain't got nobody. Pobrecita, because she's old. Y pobrecita, because this is hurting, that is hurting, and this, that, and the other thing. But I'm starting to realize that maybe he was right. Okay, so maybe some of you, maybe somebody told you at one point in time, hey, watch out your cousin, bruh. Your cousin be funny. Your cousin be funny. Your cousin be doing dumb shit. Your cousin be on some dumb shit. Be careful with your cousin. You're like, nah. He ain't like that. She ain't like that. Look at what she do for me. Like, she be over here, she be doing this, he be doing that. Nah, they got my back. Like, you tripping. Maybe their mama's like that, but my cousin, nah. And your cousin rocking with your auntie doing some bullshit on you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, nobody... Like I always say, nobody's lived your life but you. and only you and God know the truth, right? So nobody can come to you and tell you what it is and what it ain't. So if you believe that that person ain't, that they got your back, that they whatever, if something does happen, that this person gets put right in front of you and their mask comes off and you see them for what the fuck they really are, that shit gonna hurt. That shit is gonna hurt. Cause I know it's gonna hurt me. And I have a very soft spot for kids. I don't know what it is, and that's always been since I've been a teenager. I can remember that, how much kids always came up to me, randomly talked to me, randomly hugged me, randomly like wanted me to play with them, and randomly wanted me to hug them and things like that. That happens to me still. And so it's gonna hurt. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not made of fucking stone, you feel me? Like, it's gonna hurt, pero it's gonna hurt. I'm just not gonna give a fuck at this point. You know, because even, like I say, even though I don't have the actual proof, I know I'll get it. God, the divine, they're going to put it right in front of me for me to see everyone who fucked me for what they really are. And I'm just going to watch karma unfold. Am I going to feel sorry for them? No, because you reap what you sow. 2222, you reap what you sow. If you do good, you get back good. If you do evil, eso es lo que se te va a venir de regreso. Okay, you can't expect to screw people over, hurt people, attack people in the 3D and spiritually. You cannot do that and expect to get abundance in return. That's just delulu of you to think that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people think that they can be out here doing the most to motherfuckers, and the divine is just gonna applaud them and say, way to go, you did it. Like, the fuck? You know, and I can guarantee you that these people do think that way. That they're expecting to continue to be blessed and like being blessed and highly favored. Like, the hell no. That is saved for the ones that are obedient, for the ones that stay aligned, for the ones that stay in high vibration, for the ones that are doing the work of God, for those light beings, for those star seeds, for those chosen ones. That's what that is saved for. For the ones that are out here really fucking doing the work of God, not giving a damn who says what they think, if they're crazy, because that's a misconception, right? Oh, we're a card reader, we throw cards. Oh, you must be doing fucking voodoo and witchcraft or some bullshit like that. No, bitch. No. And if you identify as a witch, more power to you, because I definitely do. And that's another thing too that I've always said since I can remember. When motherfuckers, and see, this is the thing, I never realized it until now. Most of the time when I say shit, it happens. Most of the time. Okay, and I'm not out here tooting my own horn or none of it. I'm just saying what my life has been, right, up until this point. And me up in this point, I get it now. I get the why. So when I was younger, I would say some random ass shit. Like, let's say, for example, if it's raining today, and I'd be like, damn, I hope the sun comes out tomorrow. I'm so sick of the rain. And then tomorrow, it's like 80 degrees, very beautiful. The sun is that kind of energy. And then the person would be like, whoever I told, they'd be like, damn, you just said this shit yesterday and it happened today. Like, what the fuck? And I would always say, my response would always be, es que soy bruja, because I'm a witch. I'm just here showing you my magic. It's shit that I would say, and I still continue to say that, because my homegirl just barely told me Yesterday, I think, or the day before.
Mommy.
Hold on, guys. Yeah, my homegirl just told me. She showed me, cause she's going through it, I guess, right now at the moment with her partner. So she was like, she showed me a video of something he said, and I told her, you know, what he sounded like. And yesterday she called me, she's like, bitch, I told my sister said the exact same thing you said. How the fuck? She's like, how the fuck you do that? And I was just like, do I have to continue to show you my magic? I don't think so, right? And that's so true. Some of us out here are like so freaking powerful that we just don't know how powerful we are. How powerful our own energy is. Just the energy. Let alone the bippity bopping. Because if you bippity bop for the light, how powerful are you? Right? If your intuition is at an all-time high and you say shit like the example I just gave, if you say certain shit and motherfuckers are like, remember what to do before opening the door? Hey, you know? And now if you added the bippity bop or working with herbs, or maybe if you're a reader, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a power too. That is definitely a power as well. So I'm not gonna give a shit, you guys. And I hope you don't neither. Okay? I hope whoever, that feeling that I got in the beginning of the video of somebody feeling sad, thinking that maybe if they weren't here, shit would just be better. Or if you weren't here, you wouldn't have to suffer. No, that is not how shit gets handled. Okay? You matter. You deserve to be here. Okay? You deserve to be here. You have a purpose. Don't allow the mouth of hating ass motherfuckers make you think anything less than that. Because it's not facts. It's because that person telling you that is a hating ass hoe. And hates the fact that you're this magical, that you're this powerful, that you can do shit. And even, for example, if you're not a starseed, if you're not a chosen one, but your intuition is at an all-time high and you go by the rule book. You go by the rule book. You go by what the rule book says, meaning what God says. And that person hates that. Hates on the fact that you do things the right way. Que haces las cosas bien. That's a hating ass bitch. Why would you listen to a hater? That's their fucking job. Their fucking job is to hate on the person like you that's doing things the way that they're supposed to be doing. And on top of that, you have power in your magic, bitch. What did they say? New levels, new devils, period. The more powerful you get, the stronger you get, the more unbothered you get. The more the fucking hater, the fucking enemy is gonna try to fucking push those buttons. Little do they know that those buttons don't work no more. You don't have buttons. Why? Because you've done the healing work. Because you're healing and you're continuing to heal. Those buttons don't work. Them motherfuckers are like punching those fucking buttons to get them to turn on. And they don't. Why? Because you run the show now. Because you are being guided by thy divine now. You are being guided by your ancestors. You are being guided by God to do what it is. Ooh, I just heard to serve your purpose, to serve your destiny, to walk in your destiny, to walk in your path. Okay? So for that person or those people, okay, that feel that ending some type of situation, no, let me rephrase that. No, because you are gonna end some type of situation. I'm feeling that for somebody.
Thank you.
So, okay, thank you, Spirit. So if you are ending some type of situation, it's not the end of the world. The moment you end that situation, you flourish. The moment you end that situation, immediately You're going to start to feel better about yourself. You're going to start to feel good about yourself. You're going to start... It's almost like if you have a backpack full of rocks, like fat ass rocks, right? And you're like, fuck this shit. I got to go up this hill with this backpack? Hell nah. Take off the backpack, climb that hill. You climb that hill in like 5 minutes tops. But if you would have had that backpack on, right, it's going to take you like an hour and a half. ¿Nomás para llegar hasta arriba? No. Hell no. Nope. You can do without the backpack. You can do without the rocks. Okay? And I know sometimes life throws a wrench in your plans, or life happens sometimes and we get, sidetracked and whatnot, pero, you already know what to do. You already know what to do. You already know what to do. Stay prayed up, meditate, keep your vibration high. Go to visit nature, go to the water, go to the beach, go to the park, sit on the grass, sit on a tree, take off your shoes, touch the grass, touch the dirt, sit on the tree, put your feet on the tree, all that. All that. You know how to get back in alignment. You know how to get back in a high vibration. You know how to get back where you need to be and how you need to be. Okay? You know exactly how to do it. Okay, I hope this video helped you guys out. I don't know, today I just really just felt like talking to you guys. Maybe somebody needs to hear that. I don't know, for like their own reassurance. Okay, don't get me wrong, I don't have the answers to everything, okay, because I really don't. And this is just what has happened in my life, and this is just what has worked for me. And I don't know, maybe you can take a couple of notes and it'll work for you, or you tweak it a little bit and that works for you, or you do it like me and that works for you, however that might look like for you. Okay? I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, share, subscribe. Y los veo luego. Bye.